teenagers talking about anime. Guess it's important to hear what they say. Argue rubber wipers throughout night and day. Now that you listen to the Rant Cafe.
Hey, what's up everyone? It's Animac here from Anime Uproar, and welcome to a brand new episode of the Rant Cafe Anime Podcast. Joining me, my lovely co-hosts, the Chads of Chads, Nux and Briggs.
Nux and Briggs! Let's go!
Super excited for this episode. I could definitely, oh, man, we're talking, so today, what are we talking about today, Animac?
Yeah, so today we're going to be talking about and ranking the most toxic anime fandoms. We know, as anime fans, we know that our fandoms can get pretty spicy, and some more than others. So we're going to be ranking them, discussing them, and all that fun stuff. But of course, we know that the toxic people in every fandom are just a minority, so this is all for fun. We're not, condemning everyone. We don't
very
believe...
vocal and loud and annoying minority.
Of course it's a minority.
We don't believe in collective guilt,
yeah.
but we believe in equal opportunity memeing.
Yeah, but I wanted to tell you guys a little background story before getting into like the meat and potatoes of toxic anime fandoms. I want to tell you how we've come to this decision to actually make a video on this topic today. It all started when Animax says, "What's our topic today?" And he said, then suggested we rank something. Then I gave some ranking options, and Animax did not like them. And then I remembered, wait a second, Briggs recently ran into issues with the Attack on Titan fandom, and I'm sure that he wants to vent. So,
dude, I'm still pissed. I'm still pissed. What a perfect topic for today, because I am so annoyed. I couldn't even contain myself while Animac was doing the intro, because the Attack on Titan fandom annoyed me so much.
Oh, cool, because I'm going to be defending the Attack on Titan fandom, because I think they're, compared to other fandoms, they're not toxic at all.
It's mainly the spoiler thing that's going on right now. So what happened to me was I have been doing the Anime Virgin podcast with Ray, and I've been watching the episodes along with him, and we kind of caught up to each other. I've read a little bit of the manga, but I'm not caught up. And literally, some dude from a most recent chapter screenshotted something that's big, huge. I'm not going to say what it was.
Wait, like Titans big?
Oh, not Titans big, but like world big. Anyway.
Oh my God.
Yeah, it's very big stuff.
It was a huge moment. And I don't know the context, but still, it was just like enough to get under my skin to this extent that I don't even care about spoilers usually. This guy screenshotted it and just kept on spamming it at me on Twitter until I saw it. And I was just so annoyed. I've been so obsessed with Attack on Titan lately. It's so good. It just kept on getting better and better. And then what I heard from my fans and my viewers is that apparently there's this thing within Attack on Titan and their fandom that what people do, the manga readers do, is they go around intentionally and spoiling moments for anime onlys. Like, if you're watching a YouTube video on Attack on Titan, people will just reply to people with spoilers that has nothing to do with the video, has nothing to do with the comment, and they'll just reply with spoilers.
Yeah, and I will defend the AOT fandom in this regard, because I don't think this is Attack on Titan fandom specific at all. I think it's just people who are trolls. But the problem with Attack on Titan is that it is so twist heavy and it has a lot of crazy stuff going on. It's not like a slice of life show. So there's plenty of opportunity for people who are want a reaction, to get a reaction out of people and kind of ruin people's day and feel good about themselves, which are like terrible people in general. They especially feed on Attack on Titan stuff. And like I said, before I was caught up to Attack on Titan, I had the identity of the Colossal and Armored Titan spoiled for me in random comments.
I had that spoiled for me, and I had the basement twist spoiled for me.
Oh, yeah, so I had a lot of stuff, so that's why I caught up to the manga, because I was like, this is just, people just do this. And to me, like I said, I think it's just trolls who are trying to get, bait people, get a rise out of people in general.
Dude,
and if Code Geass was going on right now, they would do the same
Tempura
thing.
Shrimp with the 25 gifted subs!
Yo, thanks so much. Tempura.
I appreciate you saying it that way and not culturally appropriating tempura and shrimp.
Anyway, Anime, continue. Code Geass, you were saying?
Yeah, so I'm saying if Code Geass was airing right now, people would be totally spoiling the ending. Or, I guess because Code Geass didn't have a manga initially, it's a bad example. But like any other older anime that had like a big... Let's say Death Note, because Death Note had a manga first. If Death Note was airing right now, you bet someone would be spamming pictures of like the final scene with light to someone, right?
Or the events of episode 25.
Yeah, exactly. And I'm just saying. So I'm saying people are toxic, and some people really want to get a rise out of people on Twitter, especially. But in my opinion,
it's an old thing.
It's not an AOT
like people
thing.
used to be like this. There used to be a lot of trolls in communities that just enjoyed spoiling, and I just haven't seen it in other communities as much. Like there's accidental spoilers or people that spoil, but they're not going out of their way to spoil people on purpose for the sake of spoiling and being a troll.
Right. I'm gonna say this, like, the way I kind of see it is, I'm not gonna say, Adamek, you contribute to the toxic fandom of Attack on Titan because you have spoilers in your thumbnails. Because your thumbnails aren't made to be directed to people intentionally who haven't read the manga.
Yeah, you're not trying to be a troll. And also, his titles, it's like, oh, a new Titan revealed. Like, that's not like a big spoiler, man. You're not revealing who the identity is in the title.
No, I mean, the thing is, we cover the manga. That's our job on the channel, right? So you can't cover the manga without talking about what's happening. Now, I try to have stuff that is both clickable and not blatant spoilers. But if you look at like our competition, like other channels that cover the same thing, they do not mix words about it. Like they will specifically spoil right what happens, and they'll get more views than us for that. So it's like a balance. Like if I just say, "Hey, here's a review of this chapter," no, I know. But I'm just saying, if we just have a title that's like chapters so review, no one's gonna click. But if we do a blatant spoiler, then people are gonna click. So we try to.
That's why you gotta respect Tekking.
We try to go like somewhere
Tekking
in the middle.
is an absolute legend. He somehow manages to tread the line of never clickbaiting ever,
and still getting views.
Yeah.
While sitting on his bed and talking about One Piece. What a fucking legend.
Yeah. No, but that's the thing. He has
amazing.
a loyal One Piece fandom for years who are going to click on his videos no matter what. But that's not the case with every channel. That's the way it works, especially since we cover so many.
For example, the
shows.
video that you uploaded 2 days ago, OMG, Aaron just ... I won't say it in case people don't want to be spoiled or anything, but like something like that, I could see why people would consider that a spoiler.
But that was, I think that was a Gozen video about an anime, the anime itself. So it's not even manga.
That's fair enough. Fair enough.
Yeah, because like I feel like when the anime is out, then you can't really complain.
My complaint with the Attack on Titan fandom, obviously spoilers are a thing and they're kind of everywhere, and you know, sucks that that's how it is, but like whatever. But when it comes to the overall fandom, I would say that it's not that toxic in comparison to many others.
Is it bad that I want to give this an S then?
Yes, I think that you're biased because this just happened to you.
I am biased, but you know what it is? I feel like with everything else, like there's bad communities with Dragon Ball and Naruto and Tokyo Ghoul and Demon Slayer and Fullmetal Alchemist and a bunch of things we'll talk about, but I could ignore them. You know, I can just fucking ignore them. They're toxic in different ways. Attack on Titan, they went out of their way to find me and at me and spam me to spoil me. And I just think that is incredibly toxic.
Well, it might be because you're doing the anime version right now and you're covering Attack on Titan, right? Like if you were doing Dragon Ball version or something, they might do the same thing for Dragon Ball.
That's true. I don't know. I want to give it an S, but I understand that I'm incredibly biased. And we're going to take all three of our perspectives on this. So what are you guys going to rank it?
I would rank it A tier. I think it's biased it's toxic in other ways. Like,
oh yeah, you got all those articles being written about the fascism.
Fascist
yeah, well, that has nothing to do with the fandom. It's just douche.
Animac, I don't want to hear it. Just don't say it. It's the worst take you have when it comes to anime fandom.
Dude,
I don't want to hear it.
People who write articles falsely claiming that Attack on Titan promotes fascism are not fans. They're anti-fans. They're literally people who want to discredit the author and the work for rage clicks, like an outrage.
All right, well,
if it exists. And people are talking about it, it's part of the fandom.
Let me ask you a question, Anime. How did people know that Attack on Titan had these fascist things? How did they know? How'd they ever find out?
I don't know. I think they just...
Because they were fans!
No.
They were fans enough to have read 100 chapters.
Trust me, I've seen tweets.
Boys, 1 second, boys.
Hold on.
We agreed at the beginning of this podcast that there's a vocal minority. It's not the entire fandom. It's not the majority of the fandom. There just happens to be
say whatever you want.
Parts of the
say whatever you want about the Attack on Titan fandom. You can say that the spoiler thing, fine. You know, I'm sure a lot of those people are fans. That's what they're caught up. But you cannot tell me that people claiming these fascist crap are fans, because I've seen tweets, literal tweets that get tens of thousands of likes, people just like posting parts of Attack on Titan, like after the basement reveal, saying, "Look at this, Attack on Titan promotes fascism, blah blah blah." And the person makes it clear that they never read it because they would not read a fascist work, but they found the pictures and they wanted to post them. So that is how ignorant and stupid these people are. They are not fans. They're scum of the earth.
I'm just gonna. All I have to say is, when you see those tweets, there are people in the
there are people in the fandom that they themselves are like, I used to like Attack on Titan, but now that I realized that Attack on Titan is fascist and that the star on people's arms and the freaking Marley, that was based off Jews in concentration camps in World War II. Now that I see that, I don't know how I can ever look at Attack on Titan the same way. That's a toxic fan.
Like, to me, that's not a fan. That's a moron. That's a moron who doesn't understand the context of the story.
Morons could be fans. I'm not saying it's not either fan or moron.
Like, but how
huge
can you
fan base? There's going to be idiots.
How can you be a fan of something and clearly the message of that work, the overarching message is war is bad, fascism is bad, and they're like, the fascists are the villains, and they're like, yo, this promotes fascism, dog. Like, how are you?
Okay. Like, can we just not debate whether or not it's part of the fandom or not? Because obviously there's people in the replies of these tweets that have watched the series. Like, there's some fans that are clearly trying to push this agenda.
I guess. I mean, I would give it a B. I would give it a B.
Anime. I'll give you another example. You know how whenever you have like a YouTuber that gets canceled, yeah, and I don't know, David Dobrik got canceled last week, right?
Yeah, honestly, I don't
David
know who
Dobrik,
he is, but
he's some dude that vlogs. He has 20 million subscribers. It doesn't matter. Okay. Anyway, he got canceled because a friend of his that was or something like that. He sexually assaulted women or something, and he was standing by that, and he knew about it the whole time and never said anything.
Okay,
that's what they say. So now you have people saying, "I've been a fan of David Dobrik for all this time, but starting now, I can never look at him the same way, and I hate him now." That is a fan, even though the fan turned on the creator for whatever reason. I think the same thing is if someone's a fan of Attack on Titan, and because they're a moron and they think it's fascist now, they will now say Attack on Titan is fascist and evil and stuff. That's part of the toxic fandom. Not that person is necessarily still a fan.
And yeah, they may not be a big fan of the series now, but they clearly cared enough to go into an uproar and post about it.
It's part of the community.
Please don't sully the word uproar.
Okay. Also, there's a ton of manga elitists that anything that's adapted into the anime they complain about, to the point that people are complaining about the back muscles on Eren. Like, get out of here. And then they're attacking Gabby's voice actor and sending her death threats. This is a huge and really toxic fandom.
Yeah, that is so stupid. And it's funny because Attack on Titan manga has always been criticized for not having the greatest art, especially at the beginning. So then you're gonna be like complaining that the studio didn't.
Yeah, I'm completely on your side. I think the art in Attack on Titan is crap, like the whole way through, especially in the beginning. But it's still bad.
Yeah, like I personally don't care so much about art, so to me it's fine. But to say then that the anime has to be like this beautiful, amazing, perfect thing, which no anime is anymore, I mean that's crazy. Madara in the chat had a really interesting statement. It's like saying Code Geass promotes imperialism because of Lelouch and the whole thing. And 100% true. Because think about it. If Code Geass was airing today, people would be saying Suzaku and Lelouch are both in their own ways promoting imperialism or whatever. And that it's all bad.
Dude,
and
I don't think any of the three of us were arguing that whether Attack on Titan is promoting fascism or not. We're all with you, bro.
No, I know.
We're just saying that there's some stupid fans and people that aren't even a part of the community that are pushing this agenda, and it's creating some toxicity.
That's fair. But before that, let's just acknowledge, before we move on, let's acknowledge that there are people who have a certain political agenda where they want to find reasons to complain and be outraged and pretend they're victims for everything, and then they latch on to things like Attack on Titan or Code Geass or whatever to say, look, I was right, it's these fascists everywhere, they're doing all these horrible things.
This is why we should all go to Kazakhstan, which is ruled properly with an iron fist.
I think AOT is minimum an A at this point. Like, we said S, A, and B. So
yeah,
so let's give it an A. But like, there's a lot of different elements. It's not just like one thing. From the spoilers to the manga complainers to the people threatening voice actors to the articles about fascism. Can't say that word.
No, do not include the fucking articles. I am telling you, those articles are just clickbait to get a certain type of outraged Twitter
Okay, can we
All right,
please
regardless.
all
to click.
Get out of here.
Okay.
Animac, I voted A, you voted B, Briggs voted S. Now,
Are you
because
sticking
this is
with
a
A?
democracy, it's staying in A.
Okay. What do you guys want to talk about next?
Well, we can't see which ones you have on
You
your,
could choose whatever you want. I'm sure it's on here.
Okay, My Hero Academia, S tier.
I don't think MHA is worse than AOT, bro.
I do. I
Okay,
think MHA
it's
is much
bad
worse.
for different reasons.
Oh, absolutely. Animac, you want to say?
Yeah, so, for example, obviously, Attack on Titan has some shippers and stuff like that. Every anime does. But I feel like MHA is especially toxic. Not because shipping is wrong or, like, you should care about who people are shipping, but because MHA has quite a few fans who are the type of person to take their, headcanon ships and try to project them into reality by complaining and attacking anyone who disagrees with their ship. And I would even see this on my own videos if, like, let's say I ship two characters and one of the characters happen to be someone they ship with someone else, they would literally get angry and say, no, it is clearly true that this is the case. And like, no, it isn't. It's complete headcanon.
I'm still kind of upset that you don't think Nomu and Eri can be.
Okay, Nux, fuck off. We're not going to
Dude,
talk
it
about
just
that.
blows my mind that there's so many people that argue about the shipping in MHA when there's so little romance, if any. Like, I can't believe how large it's gotten to the point that people like debate it, and there's all these shippers everywhere that like argue with each other. Like, it's fucking My Hero Academia.
Yeah, it's just a fun shonen. I mean, it's darker now in the manga, but yeah. The
I mean,
shipping is so, it's like totally do ship whoever you want. But
I don't
the
even
fact
think
that,
the shipping is like the major.
but imagine
thing here.
imagine though being so obsessed with your ship that you convince yourself that it is canon, even though there's no indication that it is, and then you attack others if they don't accept that ship, which doesn't exist.
I like the ship Bakugo and the
Yeah,
Rock
who?
dude. What's his name?
Kirishima.
Kirishima is one of my favorite characters. I always forget his name. That's so sad.
Bro, are you a
But
fool? Are you a fool? Do you understand that someone who ships Bakugo and Deku would like snap your neck in half?
Dude, it's literally a joke, and I just what's it called? I think it's funny as well, and then people actually get like mad about it. It's like, I don't care.
People get mad. Another thing people like to complain about is, A, why are you sexualizing high schoolers? That's one thing that a lot of people like complaining about.
Yeah, and often it's the same people who sexualize the male characters, but they just get offended when
That's
someone
what I was
sexualizes
gonna
the
say.
female characters. Yeah,
You have the people that are making like these extremely lewd Deku and Bakugo gay yaoi whatever, and then they're like, "Oh my god, have you seen how in the cover of this manga chapter, freaking Momo has lewd clothes?"
well, yeah. Didn't Horikoshi literally get like threats on Twitter because he made like
Because of
sketches of girls like in like bikinis or something?
Yep, he did.
Wow. Yeah.
And also, a lot of the most common tweet I see from that fandom is like, it's called "Don't forget that they did this to us," and then they show like the manga panel on the left of Uraraka like with like cheerleader uniform, and she's chubby, and then like the anime version, she's thinner.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that is. I saw that. Like, wow, who cares?
Still upset about this. Can't believe we live in a society.
Oh my god. Yeah, you're right, man. And I think MHA is a breeding ground for toxicity because it is so mainstream. Because superheroes, X-Men type superheroes with mutant powers are completely accepted here in the West. They've been around for decades, and now with the Marvel movies, they're a big thing. So I feel like MHA has been accepted more widely by the general public here because it's so compatible with what people are used to here, and then you get a lot of you have a lot of people who like it because it's so popular, and that breeds a lot of toxicity as well.
Yeah,
as opposed to something that's more niche.
A lot of people that are like watching My Hero Academia, it's one of their first anime, so they'll be overly hostile to people that prefer something else, even if they haven't seen it.
Yeah. I can see that. And because, I mean, that's the case with like any anime that's like, attracting a lot of new fans, right? whether it's MHA or Demon Slayer or whatever. Oh, there was also someone mentioned in the chat. Oh yeah, the hate of Mineta because he's a pervy guy. It's like that is a clear example of people who haven't seen a lot of anime who complain about Mineta because like Mineta's not even close to being the perviest guy, in anime.
Oh, dude! Someone in the chat remind me of this. Thank you, Yeezy Weeb. Do you remember when everyone freaked out because the doctor guy had the same birthday as Hitler?
That's so dumb. Oh my god.
Was it birthday or his name or something?
I think it was. Oh, maybe it was his name.
I think it was his name was. And I don't think it was Hitler. I think it was related to like some Japanese imperialist history stuff.
Yeah, whatever.
Guess you can't be born on April 20th.
Yeah, you're canceled if you're born on April 20th.
If you're born on April 20th, you're just... never mind, that's a bad joke.
Anyway, I vote S tier.
I would S tier too. I think there's a
what?
lot of...
You guys think this is more toxic than AOT? That's crazy.
I think it's more toxic than AOT, personally.
Yeah,
remember when everyone was so upset that they made Uraraka a little bit skinnier in the anime?
Yeah, that's what Nux just said.
Yeah, I had to mute myself for a second. My dad was asking for beer.
Yeah, so Nux mentioned that. Yeah, so we had Horikoshi getting threats. We had so many stupid things. The battle of the ships, which goes from just, oh, this is my ship, oh, cool, what's yours, to I will kill you if you don't agree with my ship. Shit like that. So yeah, I would put it in a nice big S there.
All right, I'll put it in S. You guys both voted S, so my opinion doesn't matter. I'd probably give it like an A or B. Let's do Dragon Ball, bro. How do you guys feel about the power scalers?
S tier.
I agree.
Oh yeah.
Like the only thing is like I just think to myself now, like I could ignore Dragon Ball power scalers. I can ignore the MHA fandom. I mean, I don't even fucking watch MHA anymore. But with AOT, I was just so peeved that like I wasn't even trying to like be a part of that, and I still got spoiled. But yeah, like the brains on not even the people that power scale and make videos, but the people that are in comments where it's like you talk about.
Yeah.
I'm trying to talk about good characters, and I'm just comparing like a shonen protagonist like Luffy to one like Goku, and then like somehow
but
it goes
Goku
over.
Could beat Luffy.
It goes over their head, and they just always assume I'm talking about power and strength. Like, how could that be a thing? I'm talking about like development and writing and like plot devices and stuff that happens in the story. And they're just like, bro, I can't believe this guy would say that. Like, Luffy's a better, like, is stronger than Goku. It's like, what? Did you listen to the words that came out of my mouth?
Yeah. So to me, it's interesting because Dragon Ball fans are toxic for a totally different reason, as opposed to like MHA and Attack on Titan. Dragon Ball is not known for shipping. It's not known for like accusing it of fascism or anything like stupid stuff like that, or sending death threats. It's for that power scaling, like who's stronger than who under what circumstances, but like they really like go hard on that power scaling toxicity to the point where it's like it's not just I disagree with you, but I respect your opinion. It's like, no, you idiot, how did you miss this point in chapter 14 where Goku was clearly 2 times light speed, you dumb fuck. Obviously he will win. How dare you, you stupid idiot. I can't believe I ever subscribed to your channel.
Adamak, someone unsubscribed to my channel because I posted a video, and in the video I said, yeah, and Frieza, like, he's so strong, he can destroy planets with ease. And that wasn't like me trying to scale him. I was just trying to explain to the audience the difference between these worlds. People in this world can just snap their fingers and blow up a planet. This dude smashes his keyboard and he's like, oh my god, did this guy just say that Frieza is only world level? He's only world level? This guy's universal. I can't believe how dumb this guy is. Unsubscribe. Like, I wasn't scaling him. I was just saying he's able to destroy worlds. Like, he can destroy a planet. Oh my god.
So like he was mad that you weren't like accurate enough in your point that you were making about Frieza being strong.
But the entire point was that they're strong enough to destroy planets, and that's something that's not even a flex anymore. Like, it's not something to even be like, oh, they're that, like, it was just to explain the world of Dragon Ball and how OP these guys are compared to like something like One Piece where people can't destroy worlds.
Well, I mean, I got people complaining about my biggest flexes in anime series all the time. Every single video I've made has comments like, how could you say that Escanor is like one of the biggest flexes in anime when he would lose to Goku? And it's just like, okay, dude.
Yeah, because a flex moment depends on strength alone.
Or where's Goku in every video? Like, where's Goku? Like, why wasn't he included?
Okay,
Every
that I
freaking
understand.
video.
It's annoying, but I get it.
But no, not when I'm talking about the best written protagonists. Like, get out of here.
Yeah, Goku sucks.
Yeah, I mean, Goku is not super well written, especially later Goku. Like, come on, guys.
I mean, I think that the biggest problem with the Dragon Ball fandom is they should just acknowledge that Dragon Ball is the worst long-running shonen anime.
The thing about Dragon Ball, though, is because it's so old, I feel like it missed out on a lot of the social media, Twitter outrage about things like, Master Roshi being pervy, and someone mentioned that in the chat. Like, if all of that was brand new, I feel like they would get more flack for that, but because that was in the 90s or something, no one really pays attention.
Not to mention how toxic, like, the Goku versus Saitama, Goku versus Superman debates get. People attach their identities to it. I had so much fun.
Oh, yeah.
In my little...
Yeah, that's the whole thing. Like, so Briggs, this is so personal to you because for those of you guys who might be new or not know, Briggs made a video where he was, like, talking about who would win in a fight, Saitama from One Punch Man or Goku. And his conclusion was that Saitama would win. And you don't understand how many dislikes and hate comments and shit he got for that video. It's absolutely insane.
Oh, man. I still, to this day, on new videos I upload, people comment and I can't believe you think Saitama would win. That's not even what the video was about.
Not even new. Not even that video.
The video wasn't even about... my new videos. The video wasn't even about who would win in a fight, but I did mention that I think I would take Saitama if I was placing a bet. And people were like... And then obviously, like, the fandom blew up. And then you know the way I am, guys. When someone... Like, when I get, like, spammed with, like, hate, I just double down and troll and annoy them even more. And I was getting good views, so I'm like, fuck, I'm just gonna fucking milk this, But, oh my god. To this day, daily, I would say, I get comments about Goku versus Saitama. I got DMs.
This was one, like, 2 years ago.
Yeah.
I just want to acknowledge Ice Blue Pheasant representing for the toxicity of the Kingdom fandom, because if you are a fan of Kingdom, you're probably yelling at people to read Kingdom all the time, which is kind of toxic. So there you go.
All right, I don't know about that, but okay. Nah, the Dragon Ball fandom I think is like, I mean, I guess I'm never gonna get a better chance to say this. So totally not Mark. We've had him on the show a few times, friend of the show. So our boy, totally not Mark, made a video. What's better, Dragon Ball or One Piece? It was a question that I don't think ever needed to be asked. To be honest.
I know. It's like you're inviting a fight.
It's not just inviting a fight. It's like, you're comparing One Piece, one of the greatest written stories in the history of fiction, and Dragon Ball. So he actually went ahead and compared them, and he was giving them points based on different things, like which one has better protagonists, point to One Piece, which one has better whatever, right? So that kind of thing, and he would,
okay.
Get it?
The only thing Dragon Ball could win is like paneling.
Yeah, so Dragon Ball won in paneling. The one that he had Dragon Ball win in 2 slots that I was very surprised about. He had Dragon Ball win in better villains.
What?
Yeah, I wouldn't agree. I mean, I do think Dragon Ball has some interesting villains.
I don't think Mark is toxic, by the way.
I like
think
Freeze. I like Frieza. I like Cell. I don't.
Like freaking Doflamingo and Blackbeard and kind of.
I think they're fantastic villains that work well in Dragon Ball when everything's about power and strength and just like overcoming a bigger obstacle. Like they definitely Frieza and Cell are good villains, but there's no depth or very little depth compared to like One Piece when it comes to the villains. Yeah, but that's even just you're comparing what feels like completely different shows at this point. Like it's hard.
Yeah, you got to look at like Doflamingo and Blackbeard to me alone are enough to say it's better than Dragon Ball. Like definitely not Katakuri like Nux. Let it go, bro. Let it go. He's not that.
Let go. He's really great. Yeah.
The most toxic fandoms: Nuxtaku and Rant Cafe hosts.
Nuxtaku's obsession with Katakuri and distaste for Biscuit.
I have a pretty toxic fandom, I'm proud to say.
Hell yeah.
Oh yeah, let's.
All right, where are we playing Dragon Ball, boys?
I would put it in S, just for the power scaling stuff. Yeah.
I'd put an S too, but not just.
All right, I'm down for S.
Oh yeah, Cracker, not Biscuit. Sorry, his power is Biscuits, but his name is Cracker.
Yeah, get it right, bro.
What are you guys feeling next? We could cover something like Demon Slayer.
Let's do Nuxtaku fandom.
Nuxtaku fandom S tier.
SS.
Yeah.
No, SS is Nazis. They're SS.
Well, perfect. Let's talk about Demon Slayer.
no, no, but Nux
You get
Taku
it?
fandom is
Anime got the joke.
no. I
You got
got
the
it.
joke.
I got it. SS is canceled. That's why we only go up to S.
Yep.
No, but in terms of Nux Taku's fandom, it's like equal part, ironic memers and like Nux simps who just think Nux is like the greatest thing in the world and would like
Which, let's
attack
be
anyone
honest.
who criticizes him.
Yeah, sure. Anyway, Demon Slayer fandom, I would say A tier.
Oh, I would say B, man. Not even like why do you
I think
that,
it's
John?
B. It's just well, there's some stuff about like Nezuko on Twitter and like artists. They had the whole earrings debacle.
Oh yeah, the earrings thing. But again, I would say that's not fans. I know you guys disagree, but I don't think it's a fan who complains about a
I think if it
romance or
exists
whatever.
in the community and people are debating it, it's part of the fandom.
But there's
you
such a
weren't
thing as an
a fan,
anti-fan, right? Like, so someone who
No,
actually
there's
wants to,
You just made that up. You just made that up.
someone who
I think
does-
anti-fans are part of the fandom.
no,
Yes, I'm with you.
an anti-fan is someone who specifically wants to harm the show or the fandom and their reputation, so they're attacking it. So someone like stupid accusations against Attack on Titan for being fascist, which it isn't. It's the opposite of that. Or all those people saying Demon Slayer is overrated. It's people that would not be a fan who keeps repeating Demon Slayer is overrated. But there's
Hey,
a lot of people
I'm a
who
JoJo's fan, and I say JoJo's is overrated.
Take that, bitch.
I would consider myself a fan of MHA, and I could say that MHA is overrated.
Take that, bitch. Anyway, I would give it A tier because I do think that the earring thing is part of the fandom because how would anyone that's not a fan have seen the earring?
Yo, but you can watch like a few episodes of the anime and then jump on some bullshit hate train without being a fan.
Oh, give me a break. If you watched a few episodes, then you're a fan. I don't want to.
Okay. Yes.
I don't want to start.
You don't need to be a #1 fanboy. I love MHA, but like if you watch this series,
Well, at least there
I
are
don't know,
sane
you're
people
part of
in
the
the
fandom.
chat who agree with me that these, hate baiters are not part of the fandom.
I think
Okay,
you're oversimplifying the fan and fandom anime.
I agree.
I think I am appropriately simplifying.
All right. So what happened with the earrings? What was that about?
It's a Nazi flag. Something.
See, this is
No,
what,
no.
this is what I'm saying though.
It's
Like,
not
I can just
even-
ignore that shit.
So it was like a symbol that's in Japan that's been around for a while, but it was also used during the historic periods where they did bad things in their imperial conquests. So it's older than that, but it was used during that time. So that's why it was considered offensive by some.
I'm gonna give it like a B.
Yeah, B.
Does it get moved up to A? Did you say S, Nux, or did you say A?
I said A.
All right, so B it is. Furumetere Akamesto Buzahodo. I think this is part of the fandom that sees it as the perfect series, and anytime anything else on Mao gets even close, they start downvoting it, and that's pretty toxic.
That is toxic.
And so someone in the chat mentioned, what do I think a fan is, like in terms of definition? I think it's someone who actually is into the show, is invested in it, but then and as part of the community, talks about it, discusses it, and all that stuff, likes the show, but then does things that are toxic, whether to other people, whether if they're disappointed that their ship doesn't work out, so they start hating on the author, whatever, that type of stuff. A fan to me is not someone who doesn't even give the show a chance or watches a few episodes and then hates on it because they have a hate boner and want to get reactions out of people.
I don't agree with you, and as far as how we're defining it, I'm sorry.
All right, well,
I agree
that's
with
my
you that
definition.
I wouldn't consider that a fan. I agree with you in that case, but I would consider them as part of the fandom and the overall community that discusses this.
I see. So then your definition of fandom is broader than mine.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
So where are we putting FMA? It's not even that bad.
No, I agree. I would put it in C tier.
Full Metal Alchemist?
Yeah.
Yeah.
My
Oh, yeah.
my only point is people that think it's a perfect series, and then there's part of the fandom that downvote stuff on Mal because nothing can get close to the perfection that is FMA. When it's a really good series, but like, come on. What do you think, Mac?
I think it's because it hasn't aired in a long time, right? It's hard to tell. If it was airing right now, there might be people complaining about shit. Probably
Dude,
would
that-
be.
It's not really. It's like it's like saying if Huckleberry Finn was released right now, people would be very offended that the N-word is in
No,
it.
but the point that I'm making is that I haven't really noticed any toxicity, but that could be just because it's an older show. There might have been back in the day, but I wasn't part of the anime community then. So yeah, to me, it would be lowest tier.
I think lowest tier would be a show without any toxicity.
Well, we're putting it in C. We'll make like D, like the one below C, like no toxicity, because they can't fit on screen. So
all right,
it's
so
just S, A, B, C.
So that one
or
will just be
nothing.
like Mushishi fandom, and that's about it.
Sounds about right.
Yeah. What about Tokyo Ghoul? Is that toxic at all?
Oh my god! Animac, you don't even know how toxic.
I'm not. So yeah,
I don't.
I do not like Tokyo Ghoul, so I'm not part of the fandom. But I do remember the one time.
You are part of the fandom.
Oh, according to you, yeah.
The only thing with the fandom in Tokyo Ghoul is that whenever I talk about it, it's like my opinion is invalid. Like I'm not allowed to talk about the anime because I haven't read the manga. And then the amount of times I've been spammed, read the manga, that anytime Tokyo Ghoul is even mentioned is crazy.
Yeah, and
okay,
I mean,
I think that's weak. That you would consider a fandom that toxic just because they want you to read the manga.
okay, so
I didn't say that toxic. That would be like C tier for me.
The read the manga stuff is definitely part of a lot of fandoms, especially if they feel that the anime adaptation wasn't good. And even with good anime adaptation, I always bring this up, like the JoJo fandom. For some reason, there are like manga supremacists in the JoJo fandom who believe that you're not even a fan unless you've read the manga. Even though the anime is good, they're like, no, you have to read manga, you fucking idiot. So like, I've had
JoJo's a good one, actually.
Yeah, we can talk.
Yeah,
about
I'm waiting to talk about.
Yeah, we can talk about that a little bit. But in terms of the Tokyo Ghoul, the one thing I know, as someone who hasn't watched the show or read the manga, the one thing I remember is, I guess, in the towards the end of the story, the mangaka had a guy and a girl hook up, and
the
he
main
had like
character,
yeah,
main female character.
yeah,
and they were hinting at that. The entire
so
time.
they hooked up, and there was like a sex scene and all that type of stuff. But then people who were shipping the guy with like his friend, who was also a guy, the yaoi shippers got all upset and like sent death threats to the author. Is that right?
Oh my god.
That
was it
one of the most toxic things I've ever seen in an anime community.
That's crazy.
That is so, and that goes perfectly to what I was saying about MHA with those like people who have headcanon ships, but they don't just keep it as their own thing. They convince themselves that it's real, and then when it turns out it actually wasn't real, and the author had a totally different intention, and there was no indication that what you were thinking was real, they actually get upset and angry at the author, at anyone else who has a different ship. It's just like, you really gotta be in a mentally messed up position to have that type of reaction.
Yeah, like I was saying I ship Bakugo and Kirishima, but if Bakugo gets with Uraraka and it's canon, like, dude, who cares? He's like, I don't understand.
Bro, saying you ship Deku and Bakugo and Kirishima is like saying you ship me and you, bro. They're just bros.
Hey, but I'm allowed to ship it. I'm sure
Yeah,
people do ship us.
You are. No,
But you know
they
what? If they
don't.
find out that I have a girlfriend, I would, and I start getting hate, then they're pretty toxic.
Yeah. They attack your girlfriend. They're like, how dare you get in between my ship of Animac X Prince?
Yeah, it's so dumb. It's so dumb. Yeah, I remember that with Tokyo Ghoul as well. That was crazy. And so was it Kaneki and like Toka or whatever?
Yeah, Kaneki and Toka, and they were like, "What about Hide? Hide was there all along." Yeah, but Kaneki was straight. That was the big twist. No one expected that.
No.
So where are we putting this? Is this going to be like an A or S?
That's why I always. I don't understand when people get mad about Deku, like the people who want to ship it with like Baku or whatever. It's like he's only been interested in girls that we've seen so far, bro. Like he's shown interest in Uraraka. He's clearly been attracted to Mai, I think her name is, or May, the mechanic girl. So it's like, I don't understand where you're getting this from. And if you're getting it from your head, that's fine, but don't like impose it on other people.
Yeah, you can have fun with ships. There's nothing wrong with having fun with ships. Like I do it all the time, but at the same time, it's like clearly Deku and Uraraka seems to be the main thing that's happening in the series. And if it ends up being true, don't attack the author for it. Like,
yeah, like come on, man.
Grow up.
I mean, my favorite ship is probably the Going Merry, but like, yeah.
The Thousand Sunny, technically, like it's
how dare some guy in the chat, that's literally his name, say that he ships me and Going Merry.
Dude,
not cool, bro.
It's just a ship.
Just a ship.
All right, so where are we putting Tokyo Ghoul? I say A.
I'd also say A.
Well, then it's A. Like I said,
A it
the
is?
only thing I really remember is that whole like ship business. But again, I'm sure that was like a few idiots. It's just that it blew up so much because it was. That's the thing, right? If you have even just like 3 people do something incredibly toxic that is going to get a lot of attention, then everyone is going to associate the fandom with that, even if 3,000 other people had nothing to do with it.
Animac, if a tweet complaining about it has 10,000 likes, that's not 3 people.
That's fair. That's fair. And that's why it infuriates me so much to see likes on these stupid ass tweets about like Attack on Titan promoting fascism and shit like that. It's like and some of these tweets clearly saying I haven't read the manga because I don't want to support it. You fucking, how can you talk about something you have no context for? What?
They just want clicks.
It's like
journalists or just YouTubers these days.
It's like watching a documentary about World War II and being like, yo, man, these guys are promoting that Hitler dude. I'm not trying to watch this. Like, I'm not going to watch it. I'm not going to hear the message. I saw a picture of Hitler and I don't want that promoted, so.
Agreed.
Let's just pretend that it never happened and didn't exist. So dumb.
Yeah, because we should definitely not learn from the past. We should.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
JoJo's. I cannot find it on the tier list here, but I might just be blind.
Yeah, so JoJo's is an interesting fandom because I feel like a lot of people who are JoJo fans are just lighthearted memers and they're just having fun with it. But there is a contingent, like I said, of the manga purists who are very like against judging it based just on the anime. And I mean, I'm a manga reader in general. I haven't read the JoJo's manga, but I'm a manga reader in general.
JoJo fans get a bad reputation because everyone's saying that, the JoJo fans, they're everywhere and they're always putting JoJo memes on everything and laughing at each other's JoJo memes. The way I see it, everyone in this world is a JoJo fan. Some people just don't know it yet.
Yeah.
And for that reason, I would say that JoJo fandom goes in D tier for absolutely no toxicity whatsoever.
That is such a joke. You're a part of the fandom now. It has to be a little bit toxic. Let's be
any
come on,
toxicity that you see in the JoJo fandom, it's only because you have yet to appreciate its awesomeness.
Well, JoJo's, I think, is a more mature fandom. Like, it's not a bunch of 12-year-olds who are just arguing
no,
about
it's not.
ships.
I don't even think they're mature, man. They all have egos and superiority complexes. Like, how dare I think Joseph is the best Joestar? How dare I when I haven't read part 6 or 7?
Oh yeah, I've noticed that it seems like no matter how many new JoJo seasons come out, the best arc is, or the best part of JoJo's is always the one that hasn't come out yet. It's always still in the manga. So people are like, bro, you thought part 5 was good? You have to read Stone Ocean, bitch!
Dude, you don't think Kira is the best villain in JoJo's? Oh my god, you don't think part 4 is the best? You must have two
That's
brain
just
cells.
Nux. That's just Nux.
A lot of people
yo, if you rank your favorite parts, the hate you will get just for ranking them is ridiculous.
You're ridiculous.
Oh, okay, so remember when Mother's Basement made that video about watching JoJo's out of order?
Okay, so I'll be honest, I don't think that was toxic JoJo fans. I think that was toxic Mother's Basement.
Yeah, I agree. Like, why would you watch stuff out of order? Don't watch stuff out of
No,
order.
that's not even why. Like, he got into trouble in the past for saying don't skip parts, and people were upset with him. So he doubled down by saying, no, I am so far ahead of you intellectually that this is what you should do.
This is the correct order. No, I think he just said if you can't get into JoJo's, you could watch it in this order. It'll be better.
Yeah, but again, like, to me, it's like all of JoJo's is fine, and like even part 1 I liked. So if you can't...
that's not what I meant. What I meant was you have people on Twitter, like, for example, I remember when he first tweeted out the basement order, and Joey replied to him with no. And then he would, like, retweet Joey's tweet and say, this is exactly what's wrong with the community. The community is not even willing to hear my side in this discussion, and they just shut me down instantly. Do you remember that?
Yes. So what he did was strawman this so-called community enemy JoJo's community and say, look how bad the community is. It's like, bro, you're just making up a straw man argument. No one said this stuff that you're claiming they said. Like, he was saying how gatekeepers everywhere. He sees gatekeepers around every corner. Just because someone's like, hey, you should watch stuff chronologically, doesn't mean they're a gatekeeper, bro. They want you to know what happened in the earlier parts because they keep getting referenced in the later parts. Like, what is bad about that?
Sounds like something a gatekeeper would say, Anime.
Yeah, I do gatekeep. Do you keep your gate open at night, bro? No.
Hey,
Yeah.
Boy, where you at? As a man of gates.
No, 'cause you can't give it D. Come on.
D.
You were just trolling.
D for Dio.
No, yeah, I would say JoJo's is at least a B. Maybe even an A.
I think B is very fair. B or C, honestly. It's not that toxic, but it's definitely
F.
toxic.
Yeah,
F.
it's definitely a B, bro. Like you know, there's a guy out there just waiting to tell you to read the fucking manga.
Yeah, and you know what? Maybe I should.
I know. I agree.
I can't even say that Joseph is my favorite JoJo without getting hate and like
That's not
toxic
true.
people.
No one hates it, bro. God.
Dude, I used to tweet my favorite like characters in JoJo's and tweet my favorite parts, and
people
the
will hate on them,
superiority
yes.
complexes that these people had was just ridiculous.
It's true now, because
Dude,
people do
JoJo
hate on
is
that
my
because they're like, you can't say who's your favorite JoJo if you haven't read all the parts. Like, they will say that. I've seen that said. But you can just say, hey, in the anime is my favorite.
Okay, we're allowed to. We all had our own personal experiences with JoJo fans. Just because you're super biased here.
Weird. You seem to be the guy that has experiences with literally everything. I don't have any experiences.
I had no experiences with Tokyo Ghoul.
That's true. You're right.
Bro, you tweet about Kanye West on Twitter. You don't even tweet about anime.
Dude, that was such a funny tweet, though.
That was a funny tweet. And I'm not even saying they're that toxic. B isn't. I'm not saying they're like AOT or MHA or Dragon Ball level. I'm just saying there's definitely some toxic fans.
Tell me what to tweet on Twitter right now, and I'll tweet it. Prove a
Okay,
point.
it doesn't matter. Anyway, what's next after JoJo's, which we gave a B?
I can't even find JoJo's, and there's not like we covered most of the things here. I don't really know what else to cover, honestly. We could cover Black Clover.
No,
All right, hold
Black
on.
Clover's
I'm
not
tweeting
toxic.
right now.
That's like D, maybe C at best.
Like, yeah,
Right.
I wouldn't even, why would Black Clover be toxic? I don't even know.
I don't know. Honestly, no. D.
All right, here's what I'm tweeting. Let's be real. JoJo's is kind of trash.
And what, you're saying you're not going to get hate? Like, what are you talking about? What is your experiment here?
I'm not going to get hate.
It's not
Just
even...
tweet JoJo's is overrated. That's it.
Mm-mm.
All right, well,
Think
then
people know
this doesn't
that-
account. This
You know
experiment
why
doesn't
he's doing it?
count.
Because he knows that he's known for memes. So when he writes JoJo's is kind of trash, people are going to be like, yeah, he's memeing. They're not going to actually
I rated JoJo's an 8 out of 10 and got hate. Although I do think it's
can we
stupid to
talk-
rate them the parts.
Can we talk about
together.
the toxic nature of Subaru fans?
Dude,
Not
Dude, again, there are no toxic Subaru fans. You've invented them as a shadow enemy.
No, that's not true. ReZero fans, I'm not talking about in general, but I'm talking about Subaru fans, so people who can't handle someone not liking Subaru and just lash out at them, which I had personal experience with.
honestly, I don't even know if it was Subaru fans. I think you had really bad opinions. And just a
Those were
casual
the
fan
worst
had to give you hate for it.
Ever had in that ReZero podcast, dude? You were embarrassing yourself.
I disagree. I think you guys are part of the toxic fandom of ReZero.
Anyone that disagrees with you is part of the toxic fandom of ReZero.
Yeah, and you're also gatekeepers.
That too.
Like, just because I want ReZero to have a completely different protagonist and be something completely different that it's
Dude.
not, doesn't mean that I shouldn't be able to enjoy ReZero, bro. I can watch episodes.
because
I can watch
I
episodes
sit
15 to 25, and then episodes 3 to 5, and then season 2, part 1, and then go back to season 1, episode 10. Like, I can do that, bro, and then I'll enjoy it more.
Yeah, just like I'm gonna sit here and I'm gonna keep shipping Amelia and Rem like the real Chads.
I know who the first one is, but I don't know who the second one is. I don't remember.
Honestly, like I don't
anyway.
see like too much of a toxic fan base with ReZero. Like we used to debate Amelia versus Rem and stuff, but it was always in good fun. Like I didn't ever really got like hate for it.
Except for Connor, I'm the toxic fan.
Well, to be honest,
There we go.
there were some.
But, like it was all like I don't know. Like I would troll and like say who's Rem. Like I don't remember her. And like I would get like some comments, but it was never bad. Like it was never
it's
too
not
bad.
that bad. Like there were some toxic discussions about Emilia versus Rem, but I feel like we were part of those discussions most of the time. Like,
we were the toxic
we were the
fandom.
toxic ones. Yeah, so I can't really blame the fandom for. I feel like we're to blame there.
And like, yeah, I would give it like a D, maybe a C at best.
I think
ReZero.
C because all those people who ship Betelgeuse and Beatrice make me sick.
Bro, it's all about Betelgeuse and Beatrice. Where are you up to, by the way, in season 2?
I'm right now getting the Betelgeuse backstory, so I'm not.
Yo, wasn't that good?
I'm still getting it.
Oh
But yeah,
shit!
I do like it.
I found 2 anime here that we can actually talk about.
You know what? Just before we get into it, I've been thinking, and I think the reason why I don't get into ReZero as much as other people is that most people like character-centric stuff, like Briggs. And ReZero is very character-centric. But I like plot more. Like, I like good characters, but I need the plot to be the main kind of thing. So when ReZero has a very slow plot because it's focusing on character development, that doesn't attract me as much as something with like a crazy plot.
See,
I think it has a crazy plot, but okay.
But it's slow moving. It's slow moving though.
I completely disagree with you, but at least we sort of hear where you're coming from.
Yeah.
Like the
All
plot
right.
is slow moving because like there's the restarts when he dies and all that type of stuff. So the stuff isn't getting advanced as much as I'd like it to because I'm looking at what's the next thing? What's this mystery? What's this? What's that? I want to see a solution, and then I get frustrated. It's still a 4.5 out of 10 though. It's not that bad.
Okay, well, there's Shield Hero and there's Goblin Slayer. We can cover those.
Yeah, okay.
Oh yeah, there's some people talking about Gundam fan base. Yeah, I don't know much about them, man. Because like I heard in the past there were Gundam craziness, but like it just hasn't been relevant in so long that I never experienced much Gundam toxicity. I feel like that was more like a 2000s 90s type stuff.
Dude, Gundam fans don't shut up.
Not really. I haven't talked to much Gundam fans. Other than It's a Gundam, like he doesn't shut up.
Have you spoken to It's a Gundam?
No. I know he likes to talk from his videos.
He does. He has a good sense of humor.
So, Shield Hero, Goblin Slayer.
I mean, I would just say that it depends how you define fandom. I have no patience to argue with anime. I lost my interest. I'm playing Apex.
There was definitely people, part of the fandom, literally content creators, that were very upset with the goblin rape scene in Goblin Slayer.
Yeah, but those weren't the fans of Goblin Slayer that got upset.
No, I think Briggs has a point here. I think some fans...
Briggs has a point here.
I think more so with Goblin Slayer and Shield Hero than with Attack on Titan, honestly. Because it felt like YouTubers and genuine people that were part of the community were up in arms about it. And my biggest thing is just the censorship that they wanted. It's like media shouldn't be restricted. They were trying to show off the gruesome world that they lived in. These weren't goblins from some MMORPG that you're used to. It's a fantasy world, and they're literally monsters.
Fantasy. Yeah, it's a dark
fantasy.
It's like Berserk.
Look, I have nothing against Goblin Slayer. Don't get me wrong. I think Goblin Slayer is quite fine. It's a decent show. It's not my favorite. It's not my least favorite. I don't have anything against it. But if you would define fandom the way I would define fandom, then I would say that it's like A tier. But if you would define fandom the way that Animax defining fandom, there's nothing wrong with the fandom.
No, I think Briggs is right when he says that some fans didn't like that specific scene. But it's a dark fantasy, and the idea is to convey the cruelty of that world. It's like Berserk. It's like saying, well, Berserk shouldn't have shown all that gore and all that, bad stuff because there was no need. You can convey it in other ways. But is that true? It's like Game of Thrones, too. Like, you could say, oh, well, you didn't have to show all those scenes. But when you do, it really conveys, the point, and it's really guttural. And it's not supposed to be portrayed in a positive way. It's not like he's saying, oh, this is good that's happening. It's
really?
clearly
That's
portrayed as negative. So I don't have an issue with it.
I don't know. Goblin Slayer did make it look kind of trendy.
Bros, no. Stop playing.
I still give it a B. It's around Demon Slayer level.
Yeah, I think B's fair.
Like, if I feel like I need more elements. Like with Attack on Titan, they had the articles and the shitty part of the community, but they also have people complaining about art and attacking voice actors, and there's so many other and spoiling. There's more elements than just one, you know. The only thing with the Goblin Slayer was off of episode 1, there being a bit of an outrage.
Yeah, and then yeah.
I think the fandom's grown after that. Anyway, Shield Hero. So it was pretty much the same thing.
Same thing.
Yeah, same thing. I'd say B. There was also the whole slave thing in Shield Hero, right?
Yep.
Like, I don't understand people's minds. It's like, oh, bad things, you can't put bad stuff that's bad. It automatically promotes it as good. But no, if it's showing that it's bad, I don't understand where thhere coming from.
What do you mean showing that it's bad? Dude.
It's like if someone
this part was like the best part.
What did you say?
I don't know.
You just cut out for me, and I know it's a bad joke.
Okay, I won't say it then.
Okay.
The point is that, yeah, it seems to be that now that when you have stuff featured in any way in a piece of media, some people portray it as this is promoting it or normalizing it. It's like, no, you can have bad stuff happening because it's bad stuff, and that's part of life.
Game of Thrones promotes incest. Dude, it's such a dumb argument to make.
I'm telling you, every single time that I look at my sister since watching Game of Thrones.
Yo, I feel the same way about your sister.
My sister's been getting different.
Like, for me, it's specifically Nux's sister, though.
Yes.
I saw the whole Daenerys shit, and I'm like, bro, Nux's sister looking good.
Yeah, I'm telling you, every time Cersei and what's his name? Snuggled up.
Jamie.
Yeah, my boy. The man that taught me how to live.
No Game No Life has a bit of a toxic fandom. AKA Animac. And
AKA you.
Dude,
I just like it. I just like the show.
I like No Game No Life.
You overrated, Briggs. You overrated.
Just because I overrated doesn't mean I'm toxic. I'm allowed to like something, all right? And honestly, I don't even get hate from the fandom. I just get hate from you guys.
Well, I hate on you because it's fun.
Yeah. I don't think No Game Life has that toxic of a fandom.
I feel like we're missing like a big one. Would we say One Piece has toxicity?
Small amount.
So I hate that people say that One Piece has a toxic fandom.
I don't see it.
The One Piece fandom is so great compared to almost every other fandom out there.
Yeah, I mean, I would say it's not that toxic. Like, you're always gonna find some toxic people in any fandom, but like, you can't take
like
the worst
me.
example and be like, what about Naruto though?
You can't let like Nux being a YouTuber make all YouTubers look bad. You know, like everyone's toxic because Nux is toxic. Come on.
I know.
Exactly.
What about Naruto?
Briggs toxic when it comes to Tower of God. That's it. That's my.
I feel like Naruto's pretty toxic. The fandom, especially if you include Boruto.
It's pretty toxic.
Because I'm not, like, I haven't been a part of the fandom. I haven't known much about it, but I've heard a lot of stuff that there's, power scaling drama. I've heard that shipping was also an issue. I heard that once Boruto came out, there's, on the one hand, people who hate it more than life itself, and on the other hand, people who hate everyone who criticizes it. And then that creates these huge conflicts in the community, so...
Yeah, well, Boruto is terrible, so, yeah. I think people that like Boruto forget how good Naruto was.
Yeah, but maybe they just like Naruto so much that they want anything. And I've actually heard that the Boruto manga is much better than the anime, though. So
having read the Boruto manga, I agree that it's better than the anime, but I don't think that it's nearly as good as Naruto.
Oh, okay. Okay, that's cool. I mean, yeah, Naruto so far that I've read is really good.
Yeah.
Oh, someone just mentioned in chat, speaking of shipping, wasn't there an outrage when Ichigo got with Orihime instead of Rukia? Like, why do people get outraged over that shit?
Yeah, I don't know, because I never got into Bleach.
Oh, we get spoiled Bleach for him.
I don't care.
Yeah, it's really irrelevant.
All right.
Even as far as the Bleach storyline goes, it's irrelevant.
No, I know. I've always kind of I feel like Orihime was always built up as the girl anyway.
I mean, I could see it go either way, but it always felt like Rukia and the red-haired dude had more of a connection.
Renji?
Yeah. Did she end up with Renji, chat?
She's immortal!
Yeah,
so
she's not even human, right?
She's like a death god. Did
Also,
she end up with Renji?
She did. Let's go.
Bro, I can't believe Misa didn't end up with Ryuk in Death Note. Like, that was wild.
Dude, it sucked the life out of me talking about Animax takes. So
Is the Ava fandom bad?
Yes. Oh, yes. Are you crazy?
Oh, why? Tell us why we're bad, Nux.
Yeah, we're. You're crazy because you think that it's deeper than it is.
Bro, it is
That's
deep.
not toxic.
It is deep.
No, it is toxic. When everything is not as good as Evangelion, and anime is dead now because Evangelion was so good. Yes.
Okay, well, that's not me. You can
Not
say that
you.
some people, yeah. I am the type of person that's like, oh, you don't like Gurren Lagann? Well, that's just because you're not as smart as me, you fool!
You
So
do that.
That's kind of toxic. But it's not because I'm trying to be toxic, guys. It's because I genuinely feel that only,
I know.
that only
I think
geniuses like myself
Dude,
will fully appreciate Gurren Lagann. So that's where it is.
I think most toxic people don't think they're toxic.
So there was a big debate,
Me.
a big like drama with the Yasha Hime fandom. So Inuyasha sequel,
True.
because I guess Sesshomaru ended up marrying a girl that when he first met her she was like underage, but then he ended up marrying her later, and then people were saying that was controversial because was he like just
Bro,
grooming her?
Inuyasha groomed another character that's name I don't know.
Yeah, so it was
That
like
grooming
did he
aspect.
just groom this fictional character? And then there was like a
Yes,
huge controversy about it with some people like loving the ship and defending it to the death, and other people calling it like, offensive and terrible, and sending a bad message. And I'm not part of that fandom, but I know Axel from Axel Beats is, and he made a video on it, and I watched it, and I was just like, bro, this is a train wreck.
No, there are so many like little things in anime and in everything that honestly, toxic fandoms used to be so much more exciting, but they're so boring now because they're all the same. It's so sad. It makes us question like existential.
Yeah, I miss the good old-fashioned power scaling days. Now it's all social justice warriors finding things about Nazis that don't exist.
Yeah.
Dude, I'm telling you, it's
Yeah,
so
that's
sad.
the thing, like, because politics itself, as someone mentioned in the chat, is the most toxic fandom. And then there are people who basically tie their entire identity with their political beliefs, whatever they may be. And then they want to find either, they want to find their views kind of justified in media. And if they feel like their views are not being justified, they want to criticize that media for, being doing wrong think or wrong speak, because it's not, they're not reaffirming their beliefs. So it's just like a constant toxic loop.
Yeah. It's sad. It's sad. It used to be so fun. Toxic people used to be so happy and thrive. But now they're all the same. They've devolved.
They've devolved.
I wonder, are there like toxic Ghibli fans?
Yes. You.
Bro, Ghibli. I don't know. I have nothing bad to say about Ghibli itself.
Yeah, Mr. My Neighbor Totoro is the best Ghibli film. Get out of here.
Yeah,
Well, my
man,
favorite
what do
is Castle in the Sky, but I think My Neighbor Totoro.
What?
Yeah.
you- He was the Totoro nerd since day one.
No, yeah,
Also,
I
both
prefer
those
it to
takes are
Spirited
bad.
Away.
Like,
I prefer it to Spirited Away.
Okay. I was going to say Spirited Away and Princess Mononoke are the best too.
First of all, it's pronounced Mononoke. And second of all, no.
Why are you being a toxic fan?
Yeah, if
Toxic
doing
anime thing at this point.
pronunciation flexes is a toxic thing, then I'm
Is that a
definitely
flex?
toxic.
It's a flex to pronounce it correctly?
Yes. Well,
Oh.
okay, Mr. Fullmetal Alchemist Brotherhood, like, shut up.
Yeah, I say it as a meme.
Right, bro. We all know the truth. You're a toxic anime pronouncer. Yeah, I mean,
Maybe
I personally
so.
can't think of any other fandom that's, like, super toxic.
Yeah, I think it's a good place to stop.
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah, for sure. Oh, yeah, Hunter x Hunter. Toxic bastards right there.
Hunter x Hunter fans are kind of pretentious. not
Dr.
gonna lie.
Jones Sama. Yeah, because that's the thing with some Hunter x Hunter fans. And again, I would put it like a B. But some Hunter x Hunter fans believe that Hunter x Hunter is like the greatest thing ever. And to me personally, it's not. And it has its issues, although it is good. And then when they're like placing it, it's like #1 best anime, this and that. I just can't get behind it.
But they're not
no,
even
that's
close
not
to as
a
toxic as
toxic
JoJo fans when it comes to being pretentious.
I think they are. They're much more. JoJo fans know that not for everybody.
I don't think so. I think you know, and
Well,
a lot
I'm
of people
a JoJo
know.
fan, and I know it's not for everybody. So what do you
Well, you're
say?
also a JoJo fan that likes Joseph.
Because
and
I have
Kira,
culture.
so you go both ways.
I'll have it both ways, the right way, and then yours. I'll have it both ways.
Since I was late to the Hunter x Hunter fandom, was there like big controversies within the fandom, like Hisoka and his influence and stuff?
Influence? You mean because he was a pedophile? Dude, people ate that up.
Like in a controversial way? Like what are you talking about? Or you're saying they liked that?
No, it wasn't even controversial. It's actually fun.
Nah, it was fine.
Interesting. Because like I think that's
in
kinda
this
bad,
day and age.
personally.
I think if
What I'm saying is, Hunter x Hunter was like less than a decade ago. So, but it was still a while ago. If it would be coming out now, you'd have that issue. Like, you remember the Endeavor controversies? Like,
oh yeah.
how can you say Endeavor's a good character when he abused his child? All right, bro.
Yeah, good character.
we're not
good
saying
person.
that him abusing him makes him a good character,
I know,
but
good
it adds to
character
development.
and good
he's
person
like,
are different things. Yeah.
yeah, exactly.
Another point.
Villains are allowed to be good characters.
Yo, another point to the MHA fandom, bro. In S where it belongs.
No,
There
you don't
we go.
understand. I didn't mention every bit that I could think of for every fandom. Like, we didn't even mention the toxic Todoroki haters like Briggs.
Oh yeah, true.
But
Hey, I'm the
like,
least toxic individual
ever
ever
on the planet.
on the planet. I've never been toxic once, other than Tower of God being garbage. I feel like I always have to censor myself now. But
Yeah,
We're all toxic. It's hilarious.
we would.
yeah, we are toxic. We
We could
definitely are.
call out the Tower of God, fandom, but they don't exist.
They like Sakura fans.
Anyway, guys, I just want to say that here at Rant Cafe, we oppose all the bad things and support all the good things. And until next time, until next week, see ya, Space Cowboys!
Bang.